What's going on, guys? My rotisserie showed up, so in this video I'm going to be going through making the mounts. I've already started on the front ones, they're not finished yet, and getting this thing on the rotisserie and then bracing it so that it doesn't crumple when I rotate it and lift with the rotisserie. So I'll show you through what I'm doing for the mounts right now, or at least what the plan is, and we'll go from there. So as it sits now with the rotisserie roughly centered in the front, the arms are not quite long enough to reach where I'm hoping to mount to, which is right here, where it bolted to the frame originally. It's a nice solid piece here. It's not rotted out. It's solidly to the body of the car still on both sides, but we're not wide enough. So for the front, I've got these two pieces of hitch tubing with angle iron welded to them. I got to finish welding this one yet, but this one's all welded up. They ain't pretty. A 110 flux core welder off Amazon there did those welds. I'm gonna try some stick on it too to see how that does, probably on that. But what these allow me to do is they slide on here. The square tubing will keep it centered on there and prevent a lot of side to side movement. And then I can bolt it right to that hole there. And then having that width, you can see it's a little wider now. I can bring these arms in so they're not all the way out, because right now they're maxed out and we're not wide enough. For the rear, I'm doing a similar thing where I'm going to be taking some of that hitch tubing. Same thing, so it slides on there, and then I got these scrap chunks of 6x6 tubing, because I'm about 6 inches taller where the body mounts, and I'm trying to keep these somewhat in line for rotational points without compromising anything. So this, we'll get a piece of this hitch tube. I'm gonna cut it up. Same thing, I already drilled the holes in these, just 1/2 inch holes. I'm gonna cut a piece of this for each side, drill a hole. Same thing, that'll allow me to bolt it to the rotisserie. This will allow me to bolt it to the body. That'll give me the extra height needed. With my measurements, I was about 6 inches taller here to here than I was in the front of the car there. I'm going to start by just finishing welding these up quick. I'll just speed through that for you guys. You guys probably don't want to see that whole process. Pretty boring. If you want to watch welding videos, you'd be watching another channel. Also, not a whole lot for you guys to gain from watching me weld, as I only half-ass know what I'm doing. Amazon special here. What a piece of garbage. Okay, so that's one done. Slide that on there to just chill out. Next one, I started drilling the hole, but the chuck died on my drill, which is just convenient. Maximum here is just slipping. The only way it wouldn't slip is in high gear, but in high gear it won't drill the 1/2 inch hole. So I got to get a new drill. Once I got that, I'll continue on this, and then we'll start on the rear mounts. Okay guys, back here, got a new drill. It's a maximum brushless 40 volt hammer drill. See if it does the job now. If it slips, taking it back. Some lube. Well, they look pretty symmetrical. That hole is not straight. Okay, so these are the two front mounts. Just gonna slide right over the arms on the rotisserie. Tomorrow I'll do up the rear mounts and we'll see if we can get it mounted up. I gotta see if I got bolts long enough, because the rear I'm gonna need some pretty long bolts to get through the body and into the mount. Okay, front's bolted up. The brackets work perfectly. You got about an inch of stick out each side. Got the center truss bar in. Gone ahead and made these spacers for the rear bolts. The reason I did that is because, I'll show you. The back here, where I'm planning on mounting to, which is that hole right there, which is a rear frame mount. You can see the hole is a little bit sloppy. So I made those spacers, they take up the slack, and then it should be a little bit more rigid on there, prevent it from shifting side to side as I rotate. Okay, I've got the interior stripped completely out of this thing now. Now I'm going to be able to brace the car, lift the rotisserie, and get it off all the dunnage under there. Where is it? Right out there. Completely stripped. Nothing left in here except a little bit of insulation and shit like this. That's now gone. I've already ground the spot where I'm going to weld in my door brace. On this side, I have yet to do on that side. Cut my brace just out of this T-bar shit that I had laying around. I'm going to get that welded in, do the same to the other side. And then we're going to lift, get rid of the stands and blocking, and see if this thing works. Just gotta weld that in. It's in there fairly good. I'm not exactly sure how much holes they're supposed to be there, but later down the road I want to make some that are adjustable that I can just take off from the striker plate to the hinge plate, but this is what I have right now, and I want to keep going on this thing. So I'll run the welder out here. We'll see how it does. We'll try there. I'd say that's pretty solid in there. Now, on the other side, cut it, do the same thing. Got it measured here, and there to there. We're 45 and 3/8 after our math. 14 1/4 plus 3 1/8 of the tape measure. Chop this up real quick, get it welded in. Do. Go. It's in. All right, so there it is. My ugly ass welds that will be holding this car together. Same thing on the other side. It's all braced up. Really got to quit tripping over that. Straight across. Now I got to jack this thing up and get it off these blocks. There we are. Floating in all four corners. Finally. I'm putting this off for a little bit too long. I just got to get rid of all this blocking that I used when I pulled the thing off the frame, and we'll be good to go. Start doing some actual work on this car. Okay, dunnage is gone. I've adjusted my stops to help center my center of gravity. I put it about there, and I have tried it once already. So now I'll just undo these stops, or locks, whatever you want to call them. Just gonna show you that it has been a success. As you can see, I have lots of control over this. It's not trying to get away from me. It also stays in place once it's rotated. So I think I got my center of gravity pretty darn good, because as about now it should want to take off. So I'm pretty well balanced, which is good. So just want to thank you all for watching, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe.